I pray that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened, in order that you may know the hope to which he has called you, the riches of his glorious inheritance in his holy people, and his incomparably great power for us who believe. That power is the same as the mighty strength he exerted when he raised Christ from the dead, and seated him at his right hand in the heavenly realms, far above all rule and authority, power and dominion, and every name that is invoked, not only in the present age, but also in the one to come. And God placed all things under his feet, and appointed him to be head over everything for the church, which is his body, the fullness of him who fills everything in every way. Yesterday we thought about how Paul prayed persistently for the Ephesians, and today we're going to think more about what he prayed for them. I pray that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened. When Paul uses the word heart, he's not talking about the organ that pumps blood around the body. He's talking about the core, the centre of who we are. And Paul prayed that the Ephesians' hearts would be enlightened. That word enlightened means to be made aware, to be awakened, to be given understanding. Paul wanted the Ephesian Christians to be aware of spiritual things, to be given understanding regarding the things of God. Paul prayed that their hearts would be enlightened. It's only when we have been made aware of the things of God that we can know who God is and how he wants us to live. We see that here in these verses. I pray that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened, in order that you may know. Paul wanted the people to know. He wanted them to know three things. First of all, the hope to which they had been called. Secondly, the riches of the glorious inheritance they would receive. And thirdly, God's great power at work within them and us. The first two things are future spiritual blessings. He wanted them to know the hope to which they had been called. And we as believers and followers of Jesus can be people of hope in every circumstance, because we know we have been called by God, and God will always finish what he has started. We also know we have an inheritance. God has prepared an incredible inheritance that we will receive when we go to be with him in heaven. The third thing is really important as well. Paul prayed that the people would know God's great power at work within them. This is a present reality. This is not just for the future. God's great power is at work within us right now and right here. The word power that's used here is a Greek word from which we get our English word dynamite. That's important. The power that God has placed within you by his Spirit is dynamite. And he has placed that power within you to empower you and to enable you to live the Christian life. This power is for us who believe. Notice what else we're told about this power. We're told that it is incomparable. This power is so great, it just cannot be compared with any other power in the universe. It's so much greater. We're also told that this power, same word, is the same as the mighty strength God exerted when he raised Christ from the dead. What about that? Really plain and simple, and yet astounding. The same power that God used to raise Jesus from the dead now lives in you. That power is the same as the mighty strength God exerted when he raised Christ from the dead. We're also told in these verses that Jesus did not just rise from the dead. He went back to heaven, and he is now seated at the right hand of God. That's where Jesus is right now. Listen to how Jesus is described in the rest of these verses. This is the God we worship. This is the Jesus we follow, and we call other people to follow also. He is described as one who is far above all rule and authority, power and dominion. His name is greater than every other name, not only in the present age, but also in the one to come. God has placed all things under his feet and appointed him to be head over everything. Christ is supreme over everything. The church is described as his body. We are connected to him. And he's described at the end here as one who fills everything in every way. What an incredible account of who Jesus is. What God has done for us in Christ, in giving us hope, a glorious inheritance, incomparably great power, dynamite to enable us to live the Christian life. And then the reminder that Jesus is supreme. To him belongs all authority, power, and dominion. Thanks for watching as we get into the Word.